Hello and welcome back to the Eastern Roman campaign. We are going to continue here and going to restore the Roman glory here. So we left off with the first, or let's say 11 to 10 years where we broke the Ottomans and reconquered our course here. We gave some territory that we conquered to Mustra, which is a division of ours. And that's a problem, because divisions cannot be... Wait a second, we could integrate them if we have regional militias, right? Let's see. We need... The next division requires at least devolved unitary and regional garrisons, or the unitary government reform. Unitary. Aha. We are not there. No. But we have devolved unitary. But we would need regional garrisons. No, wait, what? Devolved unitary and regional garrisons. Yeah, so, yeah, garrisons. So we would need for this military service enlistment, and we are very far away from this, because even though we are on volunteers, but we are not on enlistment, for enlistment we would need 2 military ideas. And the next idea group that we are going to pick is not going to be a military one. So currently we do have bureaucracy, which is good, diplomacy, which is good. Next one will be trade. And then we would take the military tax. So there's no annexation before Admin 26 here on the horizon. That's a very long time away. So we are currently on 18. Let's say 18. So that's another 8. Yeah, 80 years. So maybe at 1450 to 1500 we can annex Mustra. But we are probably not going to wait this long. So instead, we are going to stabilize the empire here. Go for the mission. That's the highest priority here right now. We want to get this done because this will remove the really bad government reforms that we currently have and get us back into proper monarchy empire style. So currently we do have undefined successions, which is a really bad thing. So we have to get out of this. So that's our priority. And when this is done, we are actually going to take back stuff from Mustra here. So we are going to... Oh no, we can't take promises from Mustra. That's bad. Ah, well then... Then we have to wait. But whatever. It will be fine. At least they can convert for us, and these are Romai, so that's the right culture here. So all is good. However, now the next target of our aggression will be Bulgaria. So we are improving relations with Durazzo, and we are increasing relation with Saras to then vassalize them. Saras, we were at war with them, so they really don't like us, but we can fix that eventually. We could also go to war with them, but we have a truce. I intend to instead just ally them now. And so let's recall from Hungary here quickly. And get started here. Yeah, again, going to renew all our trade agreements. Trade is something we have to fix pretty hard in the next century. Let's call it like that. It's not going to be fast. Not at all. And do they? Yeah, they rival each other, so we have to be careful here. So let's start with Saras here. Okay, they offered us the same. And we are at 46 or 57. But we are going to get here 0.5 favors now. So that's going to go fast. And then we can improve their trust here. And yeah, so that's going to work nicely. Eventually. Yep. And we already have Wallachia here. The problem is that we would need to pick a fight with Hungary eventually to get Wallachia its course back. And Hungary, of course, is not a nice enemy. They have 23,000 plus the Poland support. Yeah, not anything we can fight soonish. Let's get out of the clergy music here. Yeah, so, but anyway, we are going to go after Bulgaria here and probably vassalize them completely. Because that would be the best we can do here. So let's go on Haidu, for example. They have only 3,000 troops because of their expansion. They are super weak. And they currently have a truce with their stuff here. Our missionaries are busy. We have our war exhaustion decaying. I think I want to wait a bit more here. And I want to sort out the merc, because we are not going to use mercenaries here. So we are going to... No, we're not going to add that here now. We're going to add this after the year tick. So, and then we are going to attack here. And then we have our northern border pretty much secured, and that's really what we want. Greece is something we also desire relatively soonish, because that's really close to all the stuff we already own. But we don't want to expand too fast, because we want to fix the empire first to get that mission done, and Bulgaria will be a vassal, so that's the deal here. Okay, let's get this. And our king is 19. He has terrible stats, 331, so it's not great. We are probably going to aim for a disinherit at 20 years of rule. So he currently is 5 years in, 4 years in, so that's still 16 to go. But yeah, maybe he could have an accident. So let's pick him here. Yep, we are going to also have him as a general. Now let's get started on a spy network here. Here we go. And we can temporarily stop the favors here. Yes, temporarily at least. So we are at 48 now. That's good. That's something. But I definitely want them as a vassal first, before I attack Bulgaria. But that still takes time. 0.5 favors per month, so 6 per year. You have truces with Hungary? Ah, for a while. Okay, so that's not a problem here. Our income, however, is a problem. It's still terrible. Alright, we are now over force limit here. Right. And don't tell me we lost something. We went down to 7? Really? That's not cool. What we need to do is get rid of this one. So the next time we can do something, we are going to remove the exemptions here. That's going to be... when is that going to disappear? 72. So in 4 years, we are going to take that privilege away. And we're going to get also some Sunni rebels here. That's also not avoidable. Can't prevent that from happening. But we definitely need to get the service laws here, service privileges out of the way. Obligations is not that important because we have taxation, or pretty decent one. But the military is our biggest weakness here. But at least our realm can now stabilize again. Okay, and Akia apparently made a claim on us. Oh, wait a second. Akia is no longer... Oh, it's now allied with Venice, so that's why. No longer a guarantee. Great. Yeah. Anyway, this will stabilize and the incomes will improve. It's the corruption that's our problem. 74% again. I mean, we could investigate again to consider doing that again. What did I just do? Why did I do this? That was the wrong button. Great. Great. But we could consider doing a law here now, because now we screwed it up anyway, so... Oh, Theodoro. Aren't you a core as well? Yes. We could vassalize you as well, right? Yes, we can. How about... Yes. Improve relations, vassalize them, and then it's a very cheap annex. So, we can do a bureaucratic reform, because now we pressed the wrong button, so let's use that for this. And... Now, our corruption is coming from state property, as we know already, but it's laws and state corruption. And the laws corruption is coming from all the bureaucratic reforms that we do not have. And we also have a wage multiplier. So we can pay more wage, which is a decent idea, but that's not going to be helpful because it will increase our expenses. We could do the limited tenure, so that's going to reduce corruption as well quite nicely. A bit of oversight here. Can get more efficiency, admin efficiency. That's also more taxation than afterwards. This one would be a nice one though, but 80% is far away. Reform sovereign law is also a nice one, but it's 80% state reach, of course, yeah. Not anywhere close. So I think we are going to just do the review tenures here. We sacrifice a bit of stability and get some corruption from this. Uncool. Yeah. That's gonna hurt though. So our income, yeah, we are now at 95% here. So we could even do another one. Don't do the same mistake as I do. So we are going to take... Oh, that's 25. No. But we could... Do we have enough? Yeah, we do have enough. If we do these two... Wait a second, how much do we get from corruption? So we do have a rage modifier. 1.182 scaled by state reach. And that's multiplying all of our sources of corruption. No, let's not risk this. Instead, we are going to do basic oversight here. And then we are also going to do educational requirements. And now we have to suffer. Because that's a very big hit on corruption now. But fine. We will survive, I'm sure. Now back to our expansion plans. We need trust. Yeah, we need to get rid of this negative trust here. So we need 10 favors. Yeah, a miracle of life. That's really good. It means even more war exhaustion getting rid of. Because that's something which is pulling us down really hard. Of course, the stability is also a problem, but one thing after the other. We're going to lose a lot of money here now, but that's going to be fine. We do have a little bit of reserve here, so we are going to use that and burn it. Because we just removed a lot of corruption multipliers. Which is good. So this one is decaying nicely. Down to 90%, of course. Probably our income is now -5 or 6, probably. Yeah, -6 here. Because our force limit will also shrink from this. Yeah, -5. So we gonna pay less here to save some money. And however, state corruption, of course, massively increased from this. But the laws corruption went down. So that's good. At least something. And stability will also, again, increase. Now, as soon as we have 10 favors here, we can probably vassalize them. So, Genoa for a second here. How close are we now? 46 to 55. Might not be enough. Maybe we need another 10, so we have to wait another year, more or less. Let's see. So we trade 10. And that puts us where? Yeah, 52. Yeah, it's still going to take a bit. But no problem. We need to get rid of stuff anyway. Palace coup. What? Andronicus, he says, his sword pointing at you. Your rule has brought this nation to the brink of destruction, and shame to our family. He looks nervously at his co-conspirators. Another worldly sense of fatigue washes over you. Betrayal in your own midst. We get illegitimate rule. Is that our heir wants to take over? Ooh. But we get 5 years of illegitimate rule. Which is a problem. Because we need to get 80 legitimacy. And he has only 42. So that's harsh. And then we also have the -1. You spoiled little runt. Ah. That's a tough one. This will become his legitimacy when he ascends the throne. I think this will screw us over if we do this. Let's see. If we go down to 42, what can we get? We are going to... we are not going to get the Greece mission. No. Which also means we are not going to get the Bulgaria mission and neither the Albania mission, which also don't give legitimacy. Yeah, that's a problem. We would need to go after Trebizond to get more legitimacy. Yeah, I think we can't risk this. So, bye-bye air. Ooh, we got a better run. Yep, I'm taking this back. That was not a hard decision. Of course, this will take a while. Okay, recall from Saris here. 46. If we were to carry here, how much would that change? A little bit. I'm going to make a royal marriage here, just to get our passive legitimacy growth up further. Stability is pulling us down heavily here right now. But we're going to be able to solve this eventually. Now, can we get another core from Genoa? We can get Chio. Or 51 for Kafar. Let's take Chio here. It's a lot of trade that we get from Cheer, which we can't use. But still, it's worth it. Getting our course will get us less penalty from the uncontested course here. I mean, where do we have some Greece here? Yeah, right. What else do we have? These two here. That's okay. I mean, we can vassalize him here. And we just need 51 favors with Genoa here. And we are going to get more favors because we are getting more stronger than Genoa slowly. So that's 2. But there's still some others. Yeah, we have to really see if we can get all of them. Okay. But the corruption will decay now, same as our war exhaustion, so that's a very good combination here. And yeah. So let's vassalize this. Yeah, I'm going to skip forward a bit until we are ready to declare war on Bulgaria here. Because we are still going to stabilize a bit and wait for the favors here with Ceres. Oh, wait a second, I can take this back here. We can just vassalize them now. Which means that we can also focus on the Ratzer now. Can proclaim a guarantee here. Next is the alliance and then the vassalization. And then we go after Bulgaria. Nice. We're going to send back one of our very favors with Genoa here. No, that was the wrong one. Genoa, not Batu Ulus. Here we go. And come on. Tradition of service. What did we get? Oh, a general. 50. Nice. That's really good. We're also going to stop this one now because we can send it in general to our subjects here. Okay. And with that, the door to Bulgaria will be opened. Nice. Imperial Reconquest, we go after Anhylor here, which is a core already. They have 4,000 troops by now. We don't really care. We do have rebels upcoming. We are going to click them down once, so that's something we are going to do now. So harsh treatment once at least. There we go. And now we do have both of our vessels, all of our vessels in there in this war. We do have quite a lot of vessels now. And the Genoan alliance. Oh, we are going to hunt the Bulgarian army, of course, here. That has priority. Could we take the military tech? We can, so let's do this. Buffing us a bit further. Why did we lose morale? Oh, because we decreased the spending on the army. Right. I forgot for a second. So that was, of course, not wise, but doesn't really change a thing. So we do have... Our new general is quite nice. We're going to halve our troops here so that the other one is also in the game here. Yes, like this. And let's start teaching stuff down. We go here, like this. Our vessels can conquer the rest. And now the question is, can we vassalize? 50%, 216. Would cost us 63 aggressive expansion versus 74. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't like it, but that's not surprising here. Is Hungary with them? Yeah, Hungary wouldn't like this. And like this. Do we want to risk... Do we want to risk annoying Hungary here? That's a tough run. So I'm not sure. Well, let's take stuff first. And then think later. Okay, let's get going on the siege here. Yeah, they joined the coalition. Yeah, that's a problem. Hungary might unite with the other coalition here. So that might really be a problem. And this way, Hungary wouldn't be in there. Tough. I think we can afford another grain dole to get the stability fixed. Friends in need. Yeah, let's do it. What are you doing here? What are they doing? Why did you... Now I have to bring the... Yeah, okay, that doesn't work like I wanted to. Let's focus on the siege here. Okay, and money is fine, manpower is not fine, but all fine. We have vessels. We just need the capital. What else can we do here to reduce the costs of aggressive expansion? What can we do? I would like to befriend Hungary, because then we can use favors to return provinces as well, right? Oh, they don't really have that much though. I mean, they don't really hate us here, right? So we have hostile relations, yes, of course. And some negatives from covert actions. But in the end, it would be fine to vassalize them. They also have the right religion. We can fix the trust issues. So vassalizing them just would be okay, I assume. Yeah, I think that's the easiest one. So we're doing this. So let's get the capital, and then we can interfere here before they pillage too much from us. And our diplomats, we are going to assign one to subjects only now. Yeah, we really have to get our stability up. And from there, our legitimacy. And rename Chios to, what's the Greek name? Chios. Kora. Yeah, didn't really change much. Osmani separatists in Nicaea. I think they are fined only 3k and they are next to a fort, so we can accept this. These Sunni rebels is something we probably don't want. But yeah, this will work out nicely. Also generating quite some cash from looting, so that's also good. I thought Novgorod fell. Oh, Novgorod is back on the map. Did Muscovy... Ah no, maybe I'm messing up campaigns here. The Blue Horde took most of Order Ulus here, Batu Ulus. Which is funny as well. And Czechoslovakia is taking the rest now. That's evil as well. Okay, looted. We don't care. So where are we now? 99%. Okay, perfect. Get me money. Give up claims in us here. Serbia. I mean, we could return these 2 cores here. No, we can declare war on them anyway. Okay, so that's not a problem. Then we can vassalize them anyway. So we just take it like this. People won't like it, but that's okay. Mostly the same people who don't like it. There we go. And we are going to improve relations right away here as soon as we can. And with that, we do have Bulgaria. And now we have to continue stabilizing here. And get our corruption under control. And we have to investigate this state corruption again. So we are still at 124%. So it's going down really slowly. Still 6% there. I think it's fine. We can just wait it out. And war exhaustion can now further decay again. Oh, the Ottoman rebels. There was something, yes. We pick, of course, our good general here. Move that to Nicaea. There they are. We really need manpower though. But we do have some money now. And we got back to amenities 3, which reverses the population growth problem here. Even though the birth rate is still terrible, but fine. So we can actually risk investing another 50 in here. Let's see where we are. Throughput is pretty low. Commerce is terrible. Everything is terrible. Everything is terrible here. Autonomy is also going up again. Yeah, corruption. Corruption. How do we fix that? We're stabilizing around 90%. That's really bad. Yeah, we need to get the state corruption down, which it's decaying fast, but that's the main issue here. Can we... This is 0.5, but it's legitimacy, so no. What's the loyalty here? Only 50%. Okay, so we cannot afford to take away a privilege here. So we have to continue improving here. Let's do one more marriage. Get the loyalties back up. Yeah, this is tough. And this will remain tough here. But when we get down to 0 war exhaustion, this stabilize the empire will be easy. It's just getting there. So we are still at 20. That's basically where we started. Of course, we are in a much better position now, but... Burghers really don't like us now. We could give them a bit of autonomy, but it would cost us stability again. Why not? Let's do it. And the clergy also doesn't like us at all. Yeah, okay, we have to work on those here. Can donate a bit to this to the clergy. I think we can afford that. Lavishly under. Empower. Let's donate to them. Yeah, we need to get the loyalties up here. Because these are scaling with them as well, so we get 4-5% from them. Yeah, that's a lot. Mostly due to the fact that they have really low loyalties. So I do think I'm going to skip forward a bit here, because we are going to raid out stuff now. It's not much we want to do, except just wait and stabilize here. Corruption is a problem. Is there something we can do in an edict before I cut here? No, a king is not good enough. But our next one would allow stuff to do. So there's, for example, the stabilization effort which we can use. Or the improve elite loyalty thing. There's a lot of stuff we can do. Also this one here with 0.1 local autonomy is nice. And then unrest reduction. Oh, so it doesn't have the same effect apparently. Need to update that one. Yeah. So... maybe we can use edicts afterwards. That would be a good thing as well. Can we do something here? No. Could invest a bit in farmland just to make Constantinople a bit bigger. Yeah, but from here and now I'm going to skip forward a bit. Well, here we are. I jumped forward a bit. We are now in 78. And I am mostly focused on stabilizing what we had. And we do have a little bit of a liberty desire problem here, because Naples and Czechoslovakia decided to support some of our disloyal subjects here. So that's a problem. However, there was an opportunity which has opened up here. And Venice, for some reason, revoked the guarantee on the Knights Templar here, or Knights Hospitaller here. We're going to exploit this and therefore take back our course here. And furthermore, I'm considering to also go after Venice right away, because they seem to be relatively weak. But before we do this, I'm going after the remnants of Serbia in Zeta here. I've been thinking a long time about if I maybe want to vassalize Serbia here and then retake these cores eventually. But I don't think I'm going to do this. I could instead also just release later on this one here and get some cores. So that's a lot of options here. And I do think that yeah, I'm really not sure how I want to do this, because I could also just give them to Bulgaria and Wallachia here. So we don't necessarily need to conquer them on our own. So there are a lot of options, and I don't think I want to take Serbia now. But I want to attack Serbia here, because we still have one core from Durazzo in the hands of Zeta and Serbia. And therefore we are going to expand this as well. I'm going to do this now, even though our war exhaustion is not yet 0. So we're at 6. But I think we use the opportunity here. Meanwhile, we have stabilized a little bit. And the big priorities here now are to focus on getting the legitimacy up, for which we are probably going to wait 4 years until we can disinherit or abdicate our current ruler and get Ioannis into play with 553. That should pull up our legitimacy long term. And I also want to go after Venice for the reason that we can get the resurgent Byzantium modifier with +1 legitimacy here, which we are going to need to stabilize the empire eventually. So we have to farm prestige to do the the abdication here, which is going to cost us at least 50. But the other alternative is also that we just put him in charge. So our ruler here will be on the forefront of battle, of course, and maybe he will have an accident. Yeah, but for this now, we are just going after them here. I should have picked light looting there. Oh, not speed 5, speed 4 here, please. So we are going to go after these provinces here, take the stuff out for us, and then afterwards we can consider going after Athens, Venice, and Achaia here. Athens, however, is still under Sicily, but I hope that they also go out of the way soon and get independent. And what I'm also going to do is whenever I have the chance, I'm going to increase loyalties here because well, it's pretty bad. I think I'm going to do lavish endowment on the church here to also get the relations up now, because we really need it to get the prestige up. Not the prestige, but the legitimacy up, and also the loyalties, so to have less corruption and therefore more income, even though that will cost us a lot of money. Yeah, so that's the rough plan here. And ideally... Ooh, Karaman is really taking everything here. That's actually good for us, because then we have less realms to deal with. Yeah, now we have to siege this down here. It's going to take quite a while. And actually this is not... Oh, we have to go here, the East Med, for this port. That's interesting. So we have to go there to blockade it. And afterwards we march to Serbia. And then from after Serbia we can see if we can go after Venice here. For which I'm constructing more galleys, because we need them. Yeah. Now also what we could do is change our opinion about the idea group, so that we do not go after trade ideas, instead go, for example, for religious ideas, to have an easier time converting everything. I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I do think I don't want to do this. I really want the trade ideas long term, and the earlier we do it, the better for us. At least in my assumption. Okay, we actually have to siege it down, sadly. We could... No, we don't have manpower. I really don't have yeah, that's going to cost us a lot here. Because we are transferring almost 20% of our tax income to the clergy now. Just to get some loyalties up, but fine. We will survive this. It's all for the benefit of Rome getting our empire under control here. But yeah, our legitimacy sadly is going down because of our ruler, which is really not good enough here. So that's a problem. I also checked the missions. The most likely ones which we can do to give us legitimacy are recover Rome with the modifier here, +1. And the depose Trebizond one, which provides us with 10 legitimacy and 10 prestige. I think this one we keep for the... as long as possible, more or less. To have that available when we are at like 70 legitimacy, and then we can bump it up to fulfill the mission lastly. Yeah, but that's a while away. First of all, we get our course here. Yeah, I really hope that we get Athenas now soonish. I would also like to take Cyprus already, but that would be a little bit of a stretch here. We really have to keep an eye on our diplomatic relations, but we are going to annex Durazzo and Saris as soon as possible, just to free up the relations. I think the autonomy hit here will be fine, and we don't necessarily need to state that province, so that I think is something we are going to do here, to avoid getting the autonomy hit here. Okay, come on. So currently we are at 71% and falling. And soon I want to switch into the appointed leadership here, which is going to give us a minus 1.5, 0.15 modifier. And that in combination with the harborage that we are constructing in Constantinople, which only costed us like 100 ducats or something, that's going to give us a good boost in regards to communication efficiency plus autonomy gains. So I hope that this will get us to close to where we need to be. Or at least, maybe we even get to where we need to be. I mean, the lacking legitimacy is also a problem here. Here we go. Rhodos has fallen. We don't need to fight the navy here. We take all the money they can give us, which is not a lot. We could vassalize them for a decent income, but I'm not going to do this. I want my course. And now we move to Durazzo here. We can also move the fleet over. And yes, we take these royal marriages here again. So there's another thing we are going to do, which is a bit, I would say, unusual. I hope it works. Not sure if we should do it right now already, but I think it's a good time to do it right now, because that would recalculate most of these loyalties again. Is that Naples is supporting Mustra here, and we could let them go. So we canceled the division. They are disloyal anyway right now. And then we can try to diplo-vassalize them again. However, that would cost us 10 prestige, but I'm willing to sacrifice that right now. So let's do it. And then, ideally, we can vassalize them afterwards again, when everything has recalculated here. So that they will be super happy because we gave them independence, probably. Yeah, plus 25. Wow. It's not really much. But here we go. So now they like us. And they are 45 to 45. Nice. So we give an alliance here. Then afterwards the marriage when we can. Yeah, I know we are over capped now. It's fine. But the biggest benefit of this is that we... Yeah, there we go. We get the marriage, and from there we can get the vassalization. And yeah, this made it worse. A little bit worse, yeah. But here we go, now it's an unusual vessel. And... Why do we have so many royal marriages open? It's not a good thing. We are losing so much here. Anyway. Okay, and now we go after Zeter here with the reconquest of Skada. We're going to also give the other provinces to Durazzo here, but that doesn't matter really. So you go here, and you go immediately Serbia here. They only have 2,000 troops, so nothing actually. Medium looting in this case. We're gonna sell stuff to the nobility here, because we probably took... Hey, what are you doing there? There we go. Here we go. And now we can just siege that down, give everything to Duratzer, and integrate these ones as soon as possible. Let's put another one on subjects here. We can also remove the fort here just to save more money. And yeah. We also take the diptech here. That should also help with the loyalty here. Yes, it did. We can also take admin here. And we can also take military here. There we go. Having military advantage here is of course really nice because it speeds up the siege timers. Yeah, so here we go, nicely. Big question is still, ideally we hope that Venice gets into some kind of war. That would be perfect, but they don't really want to. Which is a sad thing. Sad state of affair here. The good thing is that if we take Achaia here and Atenas, which are partially non-cores here, we could just give them to Mystra. So they annex it for us, and then we just vassalize them. They integrate it for us, and then we just annex them afterwards. Ooh. Why did we just get a peace deal? What? Oh, so what? Sarah's just inherited Serbia. Okay. Interesting. There must be some of these Serbia mechanics, but we are just going to take Zeta now here. So we could watch our air juiced. Yeah, definitely not. So we are just going to risk the prestige here, and we got 3. Nice. We really need our air. So we're not risking anything here. 32. Soon we can disinherit him. And that should open the door to all the stabilize that we need to do. Also the stabilize mission. Come on, come on, come on. Good for us that they are not joining in there on the other side here. Political scandal. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Exactly. So we wait for this one to finish. There we go. So we give this one to Duratzer as well. So now we take these 2. Give it to Duratzer, take the 5 cash. There we go. Mission accomplished. Back to the capital. And also send the fleet back. And now, next steps. Yeah, manpower are an issue. That's always the case. And we have to tick down some work exhaustion again. But we just only got like 1.3, so that's like a year, less than a year. Yeah, what now? This is really getting... The stabilized mission is really the hardest part in the early game. Because so many things can happen. If you've got a really bad kings, that's a problem. Okay, do we want to switch to the new... to appointed? I think we want to. So this will get us massively down here. So it's almost 10% autonomy that we are going to get in every province. That has a big impact. Of course, we lose a little bit of communication efficiency, which theoretically could be more than that, but yeah. I think in general this is good. Can we maybe upgrade to... No, we can't upgrade yet to a second one. Yeah, we're still losing a lot of money here. We also went over force limit again because we lost too many troops. Yeah, but I don't care. We're going to leave like this for the moment. I don't want to remove a troop. Now, Ceres and Durazzo will be the first two to be annexed in 1.5 years, and this one in 4 years. So these two will disappear soon. Now, for Venice. They would be allied with Naxos, Achaea, and Albiner. We don't really care about Albiner. We only care about that Genoa doesn't lose the ground war here. And what we would like to do is probably... So we're not going to make Achaea a primary opponent because that would pull in Naples. So that's nothing we want. So instead we would leave it like this. Let's keep the game running for the moment. And then I think we take the normal conquest gold here and not the Imperial Reconquest, because Imperial Reconquest is cheaper but only gives 50% prestige. Yeah, but we get 100% prestige here. So ideally we just take these ones here. And then we annex the full realm here if we can, even with Crete, if we can pull it off. For this, we need to check what the fleet capacity of Venice is. They have 6 galleys. That's a lot. 6 lightships, 15 transports. And their army, let's see. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Armies here. How do we see this best? Naples, Hungary, where do we see Venice? We are at 8,000 here. Venice only has 6,000, same as Genoa. So we are technically ahead. We just need to wipe all the armies here. But I don't think it's worth attacking Venice if we didn't get Atenas yet. Because we still need to get these ones for the mission. So instead we can expand the theme. And for the moment, we just wait it out again. -1. Yeah, money is tight. But at least we are now stable on the legitimacy front here. So that's really good. Now we have to keep it like this. I don't know if there's anything we can do. Doesn't look like it. Oh no, there's a plague. Post-populist reform +8 unrest. We could do this eventually. I think we can survive this when the war exhaustion is gone completely. Oh, wait a second. We just got +4 from appointed. I forgot about that. So that's maybe not an option right now. Now let's check out the communication efficiency and the autonomy again. So is the harborage done? Yes, the harborage is done. So the next recalculation will be happening eventually. We're currently here at 63%. That's pretty good. And autonomy is going down by still 1.48. So that's also good. Ah, yeah, influential burghers has run out. And I think we are going to push the clergy here. Can we do something with the burghers? I think we are going to grant taxes exemptions here when we can. Well, that's still a while away. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really slow process though, to get this to this reform. To this mission. What you also can do... Ooh, what's that? Yeah, let's invest into her. What you can do temporarily, if you really want to, is you could go into civic religions here. Or civic religion ideas. Get the 0.25 and the autonomy modifier. It's really strong as well. So I would scrap this idea group later on. But early on, this might be a good option. I'm going to greedy path here, and we'll stay on trade and not waste mana points. But if you really struggle with that mission, you can do it. Ah, yeah, we had urban autonomy running. I forgot. Yeah. So that's also a good thing. Show of Devotion. We are not going to renew Show of Devotion, because that's not a good idea. And I think we still can't get this province, right? We need 40. Oh, we need 48 exactly. So then... Oh, wait a second. We are going to need Genor for this war, for which we need favors. And they wouldn't join us. They have a truce. What? Why do they have a truce? With 84. Okay, 2 years. Yeah, we are not going to use our favors here. Okay, church donations runs out. That's good. That's so we are going to get a little bit of our income back. Yeah, we need more legitimacy. This also means that we can... Oh, we need 50 legitimacy for applications? Really? Yeah, we're still going to take the loyalty here. Okay, where can we get 1 legitimacy from? That's annoying now. That's really annoying. How do we get that? Oh, Trade League has disbanded. There's something where we can get legitimacy from. Something in here? Spiritualization? No. No. Nobles Field, maybe? Ooh, here. Reaffirm fealty. Ooh, that's a good one. Costs us 10 loyalty. Yeah, we can afford that. I didn't know this one exists even. And we can also do reaffirm support for air. Yes. We need both. So that's a good one. So we do this one. Push our air up. Now we also do... Let's do another marriage here. And now we should be in the position to... almost. We need... So in August we can disinherit him. Wait a second, what? Inaugurated on 4th of August 1365. So we can only disinherit him. Oh no! Oh, life of a party plus 0.5 as well. Ooh, that's nice. Now we are going up. Okay, so we cannot disinherit him in this year because he didn't... Oh, he wasn't 18 when... Okay. Oh, we took a loan. That's unfortunate. Okay, that's unfortunate. I misread that. In this case, we still have to buy time. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do now? Loyalties are still an issue. Can we get favors with Valencia to return our cause here? I would be a lot of favors, but if we carry favors here, we get 0.1 per month, so we get 1.2 per year. I mean, it's maybe enough to get 1 or 2 or 3 provinces over time, right? We can still improve relations here. Can we do the same here? Yes, we can do the same here with Hungary, but that will be a lot less. Yeah, okay, 0.07. Still, let's do this. Get some favors going. And maybe return some provinces to Bulgaria and Valencia here. But yeah, we are definitely now on the road to stabilize the empire. Which means I'm going to skip forward a bit, because we now just have to wait again and stabilize the economy first before we do more stuff. Okay, here we are. And we can start annexing Ceres here. Which is going to be the first one to go. And in about 3 years we can also annex the Rutzer here. And hopefully that will help us with the power balance between our vessels here, because that's a problem. Burger tax relief has expired. We are going to give them a new one here. Meanwhile, our legitimacy is going up nicely. And we should also be at that point where we can abdicate him, which we want to do. I think it was August. Yeah, August 3065, so August 85, we can abdicate him. That will, of course, hurt us in the prestige department massively. But we also returned the core from Bulgaria to us, and that was useful. I don't think we can do this here in Mustra. Do we? Oh, we can. We just don't have the favors. I forgot, because I thought because it's a capital we can't. Oh, my mistake here. So just in like 18 months we can take it here. If I would have known that. I mean, we can't do that here through Theodore because that's their last province. Alright. And let's stop here for a moment. We can ask Theodore to return Gothia, which would be their last province. That would be weird. The thing is, I just used all the favors to increase trust and I didn't notice that. Because I wanted to decrease the loyalties as the liberty desires as much as possible here. So let's just get that up here. Our income is, by the way, now pretty good. And now let's disinherit him. So Giannis will take the place. He has also a really nice treat here with kind-hearted. Ooh, it takes 20 legitimacy for this. I think that's still worth it though. Because he takes... Yeah. I think I want to do this. Where do we go? I think we go with aristocrats again here. He is Sunni. This one is okay. We can promote him. We take the Master of Mint here. Yes. Like this. So now after the year tick, everything should recalculate because the ruler competency is of course much better now. Unless that immediately recalculates. It might also be possible. Everlasting friendship. Yes, here we go. And now let's see where we will end up. What I want to do is try to... Oh. Don't tell me Czechoslovakia is taking everything from Trebizond now. That would be annoying. But this doesn't... What? Oh, they cancelled the alliance. Okay, let's see what stays here. It's we jump on Trebizond here and vassalize them. That's interesting to see. Okay, we lost our... Do we pick... Nah, I don't want to risk Hungary yet. We will go after Hungary eventually. But I don't want to do this right now. Okay, Theodore. 15 we need here. Where else do we have cores? Here. And Venice. Yeah, I think that's the last ones we have available. And we could actually pull from Genoa now. So let's take Kafra here. Then we do have almost 20 left. I think we need 25. Here we go. Now we got Kafra. I think I leave the fortress here, the castle. We should invest a bit into it though. I'm not going to state it right now yet. Because of autonomy reasons, right? I mean, we can see how the recalculation goes. How close it actually is to Constantinople. Maybe that's useful. Let's see. We are definitely not going to state Albania because it's too far away. We got a new merchant from this. Nice. So we do have... We're going to put them here. Really good. Two of a kind. We are not going to do this here. No, I'm going to take the dip here. So the recalculation should also already be through here. Yeah, 63%. That's not bad. But it has religious autonomy, so we are not going to call this. And the elites here are really disloyal, apparently. Probably because they don't like our reforms, which are, of course, terrible, but can't change everything, right? Oh, we only have 17 left from Genoa now. But we're not going after Venice right away anyway. So... now we get 2 prestige per year. We need to get to 80. We need to get to plus 20 prestige. We need stability too. That shouldn't be a problem. And we need autonomy less than 50%. And we currently are at 63% autonomy, so we are making progress here. And it's still going down across the board. Let's see here. Yeah, this one has equalized now. Okay, now we are not going down any further apparently, so we have equalized already. This is a problem though. I mean, we can do... I mean, there are two things we can do. We can either go pretty hard against the minorities here, or tolerant to lower the autonomy gain. I'm not sure. I mean, most we already converted though. So it's just these few provinces which are a problem. That tells me that we are going and enforce religious law here. That will annoy them. But would also speed up the conversion process significantly. Are we going to save up for the next dip tech here instead of the next idea, because this gives trade power, we don't care. Ship trade power, I mean. So that's all good and nice. And there we go. That's some prestige we desperately need. That's also a transport ship we can use, but we are going to disband this unit here. We are not going to core this there. Yep. So that's all good. All and good and nice now. Okay, how much did they take? Okay, all of that. This leaves them open, ripe for conquest though. Yep. But they have 66% economic base. We could still... oh, historical neutral, we can't ally them. I guess we have to... insult. and then declare war afterward. Which means I have to get into position. Would they get... No, they won't get me through there. So we take... Okay, do we have a general? Yes, we do still have Thomas. We have still the siege guy from early on. Nice. So we go for conquest here of Panakia. We don't need Genoa for this because they don't have troops. So let's just go after them. Wait a second. Before we do this, we can try to see. Yeah, that doesn't work. I expected this. So the same here, right? Oh, it takes 21. Yeah, so this doesn't work. I was already surprised that it maybe works. Okay, nope. So we just go after Trebizond now. Panakia is fine with me. Oh, we didn't have all the morale, yeah, my bad. Okay, and ship it over. We conquer them, vassalize them. Light looting only here. And maybe we can afterwards get an alliance or prepare for an alliance with Georgia. That would be nice as well. Iran has formed and Timurids are going after them. That's a very bad thing. Because, yeah, they will fall in one bit and then we have the Timurids already very close to us. Ooh, that's dangerous territory here. Okay, and what's next? We want Theodoro to be annexed, but they are too disloyal due to the Circassian things. So Durazzo is next. We can still try to get favors with Transylvania, even though Hungary rivaled us now. Would still be a thing. Okay, we need as much prestige as possible now to get positive again, because positive prestige will also pull legitimacy up. So that's important. Oh, we got a ship. Nice. Navy is very critical here currently. So let's wrap this up. And I think I'm going to... No, we're going to... I can't afford to kick out the traders though. That's the problem. It costs us a lot of prestige though. A lot of prestige. Yeah, and apparently the event which drops Atenas out is not happening in my campaign, which is very bad. Because that delays our Greece plans massively due to the fact that Sicily is a subject of Aragon. They will call in Ferrara and Portugal. That's all a lot of troops here. And they will be ferried over by ship probably. So that's really nothing I want to deal with right now. But we probably have to. Where did my money go? We sell to the burghers here. Did we go over force limit or something? No, we didn't. Crazy. Okay. Influential spiritualist has run out. We had 60% here, 73% here, so let's do burghers once to get those ones solved as well. And I think I'm going to make a cut here after we annex Trebizond, and stabilize of the empire has to wait for the next episode, because apparently it's more complicated than expected here. So that's nasty, but we are making progress here, and we are not in a hurry though. When we have stabilized the empire, we will go ham here in Anatolia, so that's not a problem. Or maybe I shouldn't have sold extraction here. Ooh, that's good for us. If Kririm can spawn here, but I doubt it. Because Sekassia has a lot of troops, so I doubt that they will get broken by the rebels. Let's get me more cash from our state property here. That's really nice. Do we just take them and then release it again? Because else we get the massive penalty. But I'm not sure if we can release them. Oh no, it's still Romanized, so we can release it. Yeah, so we are going to annex them and then release them again. Which will be better for loyalties here. And Liberty Desire. Wow. Where's that? Amathia. Oh, that's our gold mine. Do we really want to sell that? Gold. Do we really want to sell a gold mine? Revenue. Yeah, we're making a lot of bucks here from property, so we will not sell this. Even though it would get us 188 income. On the other hand, why not? It's 188. And we are struggling with income. And this brings us closer to maybe Harborage level 3, which would be very important. Let's check the price though. So Harborage level 3 here. 500, yeah. We're far away from this, but halfway there. So that's something at least. We also have to betray Genoa eventually to get the Black Sea ports again into our hands, but that's also far away from now. Noble Marriage. We are not going to renew this one currently to save up some mana points here. We're going to loot these guys though, because I want the cash. We're going to pillage everything here. Yes, it gives us prestige 7 at least. It gets us closer to 0, which is good. So here we go. Get me all the money you got. 65, really nice. So we are going to take it, and then we will be... Oh, the UI is still messed up here. We are going to re-release it. And... could make an apanache out of them, but that would be a little bit cheesy. I mean, we do have the centralization. No, we don't have the centralization to sacrifice here, so vassalize it. And now we go home with our army here. Nice. Next integration will be Durazzo. And probably also relatively soonish Mustra already. Yeah, 4 years as well. So that's also good. But Trebizond is really nice. Because what we could do, and we could afford that even now, because they are not allied here. So let's get our army in position. Let's go here. We go here. We could annex Karnik here. And give most of that to Trebizond. I think that's a really good idea because they are not allied to anyone right now. And I don't think we do have too much aggressive expansion here currently. 45 with the Ottomans, that's fine though. 27 with the Karamanids. Yeah, maybe only take the coastal provinces and not Kankiri. But that way we would save the Romanoi cultures. So why not? I think that's a good idea. And also we can farm some prestige from this. And some money. Let's go here. Let's go here. We need to blockade this port. We do it already. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. We do medium here because I need the money. Let's see already what the peace deal will cost us here. 26. Yeah, I think we can take the coastals. We can risk this. Let's check our missions. So, Trebizond here would require Pontus as well. Sadly, though, the Genoan province also counts to Pontus. That's bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Because we are not going to get this one. Are we going to... Yeah, we are going to disband the siege for a second here to help them out here. And then go back to the siege. We can't siege this one. Come on. Why is Trebizond not helping us? Trebizond is loyal. Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Of course they are. We don't really have many friends we can trust here. So let's stay outside of that port to not get even more attrition. We're not in a hurry. Let's take the dip ideas here to progress forward. So this one here. Okay, and here we can still wait. Where are you? Mustra. Yeah, we can't take this from Mustra, right? Especially not at war, right? Yeah, we're at war. Yeah. So we wait until that is done. And... oh, Moldova. Pretty neat. I think this will spawn Crimea. Which is good for us, because we can conquer it then and release it. And then we get a vessel here, which potentially has access to a lot of claims. And that's pretty good. We do, however, have to work on our relations here. And we do have, of course, these liberty problems. Liberty desire problems. But we're gonna annex Durazzo next, and then this one. So that's 2 relations freed up. Which means we have 1 more. And I don't want to annex Wallachia or Bulgaria yet, due to the fact that this is our border to the Hungarians, which might else cause problems. I would also like to beat up Czechoslovakia here. But they have 22,000 troops. And we would still need an alliance with Georgia here. Let's get started working on that. And Iran is almost fallen. Not good. Come on, be faster. At least our corruption is going down still, despite being at 35. Legitimacy is rising constantly now. What? Did the Timurids just pick us as a rival? No! Oh boy. Let's see where they go next now. Oh, this is... Ooh. This could end... I mean, that will most likely not attack us. But they might really mess up the power balance here, which is in our favor though. Okay, let's go here with these troops. And after the siege is done, we are going to beat these guys up again here. And now we can look at deals here. So they would accept this already. We can take war reps here. We're not going to vassalize them, of course. There's something we can get for prestige. So we can... like this one. I want also all the money we can get. Huh. Yeah, we don't take war reps here, that's not worth it. So something that gets us something. Yeah, we can take at least this one as well. Yeah, we're going for 99% here. To... how much do we get? 9.7 prestige. Not really a coalition. I mean, that will disband. That will not dis... Oh, we lost our... No, our Sitcha is gone. That's uncool. So, I assume that the army is running here now. But let's see. Oh no, they're rocking there. So let's wipe them, loot everything, and then go to peace. Our income is fluctuating like crazy. Might have to do with the church endowments that we are doing, but still. Okay, here we go. Almost done. A little bit of inflation that we are going to get here. Do we really need to siege this down here? So annoying. Well, anyway, I'm going to make a cut here. And we are going to continue in the next episode. And finish this war and then stabilize the empire from there. I was hoping to do this in this episode, but everything is taking much longer than expected. So, leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next episode.